Here, and we back at it with another. Nah, get out of here with that. Anyways, here we are, February the 24th. So I think we are at a very interesting point in the market, just because of the reaction that we had yesterday. So we're gonna start it off. Oh, where are my manners? Where are my manners? Excuse me. We're gonna start off on a total market cap, of course, of always. Blank out the chart. Right now we're at 1.7 trillion. Right, 1.7 trillion. Yesterday closed at like 1.68, you know what I'm saying, right in there at 1.7. If you look at this candle, price dropped over, what is that, 10%. Price was at 1.5 trillion, and it literally could not, the bulls would not let it close anywhere beneath 1.6. In fact, it was only down there for half of the day, and then the other half of the day, the buyers kicked that bit right back up. So what does that say? Because if that would have closed, that would have been the lowest closing candle of the year, all the way dating back to August of 2021. So where I'm going with is, now that we have turned bullish, now it is giving us opportunity to continue forward. We're going to go up on a time frame, right? We're right now on the daily. We're going to go up to the weekly. If you look at the weekly, we have 2 days left, right? Today, technically in the trading day, it's Friday. It's Thursday, 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And right now, we're still bearish on the weekly, but look at the monthly. We're right here, right at the doji, right at the indecision point, and we have 3 days left in the month. We have 2 days left in the week. So what does that tell you? That tells me that wherever this price is at the end of this closing week and month is going to say a lot towards the ongoing month of the year, obviously, because it's continuing the trend. But look at how the days are leading up to that. Leading actually being today, right? Today, the 24th of February. Look, as I bring everything back on the chart, first thing I want to, start off by what we were even looking at in the beginning with is the measurement of the moves that have already happened. So we saw this bullish move happen. That was the biggest bullish move that led us to the all-time high. And since then, we have not had anything, at least that magnitude of strength, since here or here. But the last one was here in the end of January leading up to February. And what's significant about that last one is we're right here in the net. That's why I like to call it a net. Like, if you catch it right at a certain time, there's going to be what you call the full extension after the retracement. So as price continues to turn over on different time frames and the trend begins to catch itself, there's going to be certain pockets of windows for us to enter into the market. So to wrap all that to say, if we were to measure the chart, if we were to throw on Fibonacci from this low to this high, we're going to go into the usual setup, black it out. Right here in that 60% is where you want to see price hold itself, at least from the daily time frame and up. All the lower time frame is going to do what it's got to do. But what's interesting right here at that 618, that golden ratio zone, is if you see right here in these notes, I got PNR flip. That stands for supposed to say SNR, support and resistance flip. Right here where price rejected itself and then gained a little bit of support out of nowhere, is what I like to call it, because it's just technically out of nowhere. It continued this full extension. Price retraced back down. We're now in that golden pocket. But what's noticeable, if you go down to our lower time frame, price did reach down here in these negative extension zones. So it did break the lows, sweep the lows, grab the stops, whatever you like to call it, giving it enough time and reaction for the institutions to do what they got to do. So I don't want to get too further into that, but if we look at this from just an overall standpoint on the total market cap, if we can see price hold this sweet spot, as you would call it, above the 618 right here at 1.7, let me mark that. 1.7, especially in this zone between 1.7 to 1.75. If the total market cap of crypto can continue to stay above that for the rest of the month, we better watch out for March. But now let's not be naive, right? We are still, if I bring back everything else, if we look at these indicators, this dotted line right here represents the monthly. So we're right here aiming like The daily candles are like aiming straight up towards that, in my opinion. Like it's trying to break it. But we are still in a down bearish cloud, as you would call it, right? It's not a downtrend because we're still, crypto is still very bullish, but we have to be relative to where we are in structure and catch those certain price ranges. So I'm going to take that price range, right, of 1.7, and we're going to relate that to the top 5 crypto. You know how we usually do. So we're going to go down, starting with the big dog, you know what I'm saying, BTC. Right now, BTC is already, actually, if I go ahead and hide everything back off the chart, BTC is actually already bullish. Here we go. On the monthly and the weekly, or right now, the specific time is 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, excuse me, 3.8. That 3.5, 3.8, that's my number. That's my number. That's where I'm in at on this next. Yeah. So 3.5, 3.8, if price, in my opinion, can hold that range, you see we're already bullish on the daily. We have, once again, 3 days left in the month. 3 days. Here we are. Look at where we are in consideration to previous price action. We have 3 bearish candles. This candle, this month, is giving you an indecision leading up to possibly a bullish extension. This candle doesn't have to stay down here. Price can definitely continue this, what it looks like to me, bullish momentum. But like I said, we have to be aware of where we are and count the ranges as we get to those levels. So right now, if we were to measure, you know what I'm saying, using your good old Fibonacci, right now we're around 70%. Let me back out. So we can really see. Yeah. Let's look at it like this way. Okay. So this purple box right here is representing this first bullish move. And this purple box is our 70 to 80%. You see price failed and then caught itself and then failed again. What is looking like it's catching itself again. So I'm saying that to say, in this lower 70%, 86%, it's coming from this middle low. This was our last catch that we had before we broke into our all-time low. If this 786, 886 fails, then we're really going to some real lows we haven't been for in a while. So we have to use these and look at them at a major support level. So 37 is my number, you know what I'm saying? 33 or 37, that's 88.6. I mean, that's the 886 between 786. Right now on a daily time frame, or at least on a 3-day. On a daily time frame, we have had 2 bullish candle closures signaling above the 786. All right, so we're seeing some bullish momentum gain itself. Specifically leading in between Thursday to Friday, closing out the week. Remember, we got 3 days left in the month and the week. This is all leading up into each other. If we look on its weekly time frame, this red line right here is the trend line. The way I like to use my trend lines are two touch trend lines, meaning we start with the beginning of the trend and we connect it to the next time it came to that point in the market, okay, creating our trend line. Price broke that trend line here, signified by this blue arrow, red and black arrow, came into our 786, 88 cents off this first extension, acted as a resistance. You know what we needed to act as a support. You know, I'm here at the floor. It failed. Okay, it failed. That's okay. But it has to catch itself eventually. It's catching itself now, showing us some support. This is exactly what we see. We have to see this. If not, you know where it's going. So right here in between 786, that 37,000, you know, right here I have this, see if this floor holds. This has to hold for Bitcoin. I want to see this hold on the 4-hour time frame. I believe I had a blue box. Yeah, this blue box is representing the Fibonacci that I had from this low to this high, coming down into the 786. You look how perfectly it held that 786, rejecting out of there. Remember, price was not trying to just stay down here. This was going to be one of the lowest points in the market that it had closed since 2021, leading back to 2020. So this was huge. You know what I'm saying? This is a huge continuation, but this is still early. We got to mark those points. You know what I'm saying? Come into the time. Right now, my level is 37K. We see that it didn't come all the way down to this 33K. So I'm going to extend this back up to the 37,250, right at that 786. And we want to see it hold. I ultimately want to see this full bullish extension continue and rally up, but we'll see what it does. Let's go ahead and move on to Ethereum. Right here at that 2615, right at that 618. This is exactly what we're going to see. If you pay attention to this blue dotted line, remember that is the monthly opening. Prices is aiming at it. Those daily candles, to me, it looks like it wants to close. It's not yet. It's rejecting, but it's rejecting both ways. If you pay attention to this low side of the candle and the high side of this one single candle right here, this indecision is telling you it's not ready to sell. It's not really ready to buy yet. So we must be aware and react. You know what I'm saying? Don't guess, but just react. React to what price is telling you. React to what the market is doing. And profit. Right now, I want to see this 2615 hold. That's my number for ETH right now, 2615, at least from the 4-hour lower time frame perspective. On a weekly, on a higher time frame, yeah, you want to see this at 2615, 2335. Ethereum is on an interesting weekly position. If it holds at 618, it's probably going to really continue all the way up back into this 786. That's what it looks like it's doing. It's setting itself up to connect into some zone. I don't really see it closing right here. It's probably going to either come down lower to 2350 to our 113 extension, or it's going to come back higher, suck itself back into the 786, 886. We want to see it come back up. So let's see if it can do that, rolling back into that trend as well. 4-hour time frame is holding this 3200 EMA. Getting above our daily and weekly, so we're right here in that sweet spot. This is a good spot for Ethereum. This 2615, so we're right here at 2630. This day, Friday, leading up into the week ending is going to be huge across the crypto markets, across the board. It's either going to be bullish or it's either going to be bearish. Don't get faked out. A lot of fake outs like to happen. So that's what we got. Good on ETH, 2615 on ETH. What we say on Bitcoin, 37,250. Solana. Now, Solana is one of my favorites. The reason I like Solana is because of how relatively strong it was in the markets before it had its fall off. So let's hide everything over here as well. Let's go to the monthly time frame of Solana. We can see we've had 3 consecutive bearish months on Solana. Coming down to the weekly time frame, we haven't had a bullish week for real since January 31st, the last week in January. Really some struggles to gain some type of strength, but now we just had a pause, a sudden pause. Price is giving itself some type of strength. The lower and lower we go down to the time frame, but these lower time frames have to roll over themselves. So let's bring things one back at a time. Our indicators and bring our drawings back. The main thing I like about Solana, to me, is that it's holding this 786, 886 right here from this minor bullish move right here. It's holding this pocket almost as if it didn't even want to break lower into this deeper 77.2. It's holding that 88 right in here. Actually move that right there. So Solana's looking nice right in that 88 area. The reason I like the 3-day time frame, that 3-day time frame as well, the 3-day candles, it shows you time obviously in a 3-day perspective, but the trend, it shows you really where the dominant trend is. And when there's reversals, when there's times in the market like now when price has to make a decision point whether it's going to go up or down, it shows you how it's attempting to do that. So as I walk myself down all the way to the 4-hour, the main thing I'm seeing here, right, are these minor bullish implemental waves that are here. These have to break out and show some type of dominance, retest, and then come back and do it again to really make me want to enter into the market. And then we enter into that pocket. That's like usually right here. So that's where I'm really waiting on Solana. It's really just looking like it's just kind of but it may be one of those coins that doesn't even really let you get a chance. It may just take off, because that's what it looks like it's setting up to be. It's just a lot of weakness out of nowhere, but this $886, $88 level is where we are right now. If it's going to come where anywhere, it's going to look like come back up to the 618 right at 112. Looks like trends all the way up here. We are nowhere near the closest bearish trend in my opinion. So it's interesting to see where Solana continues itself. Let's keep going. XRP. Now XRP is one of my favorites. It's a sleeper. XRP, look how strong XRP is on the monthly. XRP is the strongest monthly candle we have looked at thus far. Thus far, right here, that's 62. Holding strong. In fact, it's already this month broken higher, much higher than where the relative other cryptos were. It reached its 50%. It was in its 50% range, but it was too strong for, you know what I'm saying? It was way ahead of its time, way ahead of its time. Closing down, really, to me, looking weak. It's where I really don't want to see on XRP because it looked like it kind of made the move too early. But, you know what I'm saying? This trend is holding. That minor 4-hour trend, that minor daily trend that we drew from this low, connecting from our last bullish daily candle. Look at this last daily doji candle. Yesterday's candle, I'm telling you, yesterday's price action is saying a lot because now it's giving you an implementation into the market or an opportunity where you can get into the market, I should say. So very interesting. XRP, don't sleep. Don't sleep. I was actually talking to my roommate and you know what I'm saying? Markets are showing a good opportunity where you can get in if you just you know what I'm saying, wait for the right time and watch it. But you got to know your levels. You got to know your zones. That's why I'm coming on here now, kind of marking my levels, seeing exactly where price is and showing itself where its closest level is. It's like it's at the 786 right here at XRP. This daily candle is showing itself as an opportunity to either come higher or come lower. Just because it went higher, I'm not going to be naive here. I'm going to go down a little bit lower to see where these next levels are. 52 cents, that's huge though. 52 cents for XRP. I don't know how long it's going to stay down there. So real interesting to see this trend. Real interesting to see. I think I got 40 cents here. Definitely 36 is what it's looking like. 36 is where that 886 is. 36.45 and 66 holding in that minor trend. This little minor trend right here has to hold. XRP, interesting for sure. What we have next, loop ring. Loop ring is not looking like it's showing any strength, but it is holding. It's slowly, you know what I'm saying, holding in here. Anybody interested in why I'm looking up loop ring? Because guys something good in this one. Just because from a little birdie. Anyways, loop ring did not hold this the first sweet spots. We're going to close that one. We're going to pay attention to this bigger 786, 86 zone because it's now closing bearish below it. You see in this candle, this box, text box, I have price closing below the 886 retracement, entering into no man's land. This gap in between this purple and this yellow box, we must pay attention to the trend here. I drew actually a trend line from this high to this kind of lower area here. Where did I connect it at? Anyways, we're seeing how price is attempting to break this bullish trend multiple times, but it's not been capable to yet. Here, you know what I'm saying? It's trying, but it's breaking. So until it breaks that, we're just reacting and watching ourselves, reacting and watching price go to the levels that we need to. So this one right here is 60 cents. It's looking like 95 cents was a great level. It looks like that's going to be our next level. That's going to be our breakout level probably. But it failed to hold 96 cents. So my next level, honestly, is not 60 cents. I want to see it come back a little bit lower to 60 cents. If for whatever reasons and it holds where it currently is at, then maybe our current level is 76. Just from the current price action where we are currently, I don't really see that. But we'll see. We'll see how the market reacts. We'll see how this goes. And we got ADA. ADA has just been the prime evidence of failure. Just ultimate rolling over. It's below $1. We finally have just given up. The bulls have just like, all right, you know what? They're gonna let it go. Like this thing is just dropping. Even now, even all the other coins that were showing sometimes of some type of strength, 88 does not look like it. Even came all the way down to 75 cents. This is our one to negative, coming down to our negative 1272 extension off the, what fib is this? Oh, this is the extension off that way. I see how I did that one. Let's do it this way. Boom, boom. Okay. So I see that we're not going to do that one. We're going to delete that. We're going to delete this zone. And we're just going to pay attention to this 75 area. Oh, I just messed that up. 75, yeah. So 75, because I don't want to reach too far here because it's just failing. So this is one of those things where it just has to show something on its own, and we just pay attention to the last area that it was at. So me 75 meaning 113 extension, that's my level. Just the reach and grab level. Other than that, I want to see it hug itself back into $1 because that's where its main power is. Until it gets back above $1, you know, so I really like, come on, ADA, like really, come on, which says a lot because it really had its time, but oof. Sheesh. What else I got? We got mana. Even mana, even these type of coins, as we go into the different types of crypto spaces. Mana here, looks like I was counting a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave sequence, came up, was unable to break the high of this 4. This is a market structure. Let's get into some market structure with you real quick. Hold on. Chop Cheerio. So let's see if we can see a break of 4, this 4 level right here, or at least see if price can get into some rally, some higher lows above there, because that's what we ultimately want to see, like a staircase back up. But the strength that's going to come back into the market, I really think is going to happen somewhere near this trend down here. You see how price broke out of the trend here, okay, and then came back and is retested here. Quick retest right back into this yellow box. In fact, price did not want to close down here at all. This 618 level. Let's bring out our price. What is that? 2.4. I already had that marked, that 2.5 region. Price is holding at 2.5. Let's see if it's gonna hold that 2.5. Let's actually throw on a fib. Let's see what this is from this high to this low. Let's set that up. Okay. Okay. So it's definitely holding that 50, 618 zone. Interesting. So let's see if mana can hold above this trend line. Definitely want to see a replication of this bullish move up into here. This is going to be our next launch out spot. When it breaks this 3.85, this is going to be our breakout zone into all-time high. So this is our beginning of our structure of our reversal. You know what I'm saying? What's the difference between a reaction and a reversal? This is our reaction turning over into our oncoming reversal, but it has to load into it. So we can't get into ahead of ourselves because this definitely can just fail off as it's showing itself to barely holding. I'm not even gonna lie, the crypto markets, there definitely has to be some strength this weekend. It's definitely here. As I bring on my indicators, you see this blue cloud that's here. If I actually hide my drawings, leave on the indicator, you see this blue cloud that's here. This is representing some support, a floor that's been here from previous buyers. This big giant bullish momentum still has some buyers in here. So it has the potential. The potential is there. Sand is below its potential right now. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So we're gonna wrap it back up. Come all the way back to total market cap. You know what I'm saying? What are we wrapping it up back up? Wrapping it back up with, we got total market cap at 1.7. We need to see it hold. It came down here and into an extension dip into our 1.13. Did not close below. Showed a great rejection back out actually. and is now holding this 1.7 to the 618 level. You want to see that roll over across the board, across all market caps. Bitcoin being at 3.7 250 area, Ethereum being at 2615, Solana being 88, XRP being 77. XRP, I don't know, that XRP is kind of suspect. Definitely gotta see some strength. Same thing for Loop Ring here. It's below it's in our no man's land. It has to regain itself. I want to see it hug back into this 786 level at 96 cents. ADA failing. Show me some type of strength, some ADA. Mana's actually looking the healthiest structure wise. It looks the healthier. It's in a nice spot. It's in a nice range. 2.5 I think is a great number if it can hold it. And sand, I don't even think I marked sand up. I didn't. I was actually marking this up from a bearish perspective. It's exactly what it did. Came in here, retraced. Now it looks like it's setting itself up for this. Ooh, I'm not even gonna do that. So let's wrap this up. Total market cap, interesting spot right here below the quarterly low. That quarterly low, remember, is all the way back from September the 21st. If I go to the higher time frame real quick, this quarterly low is very huge. I'm actually gonna do something like this so we can really see that that's there. Yeah, until we can get back above that quarterly low from September the 21st, that really made us our all-time high that we were breaking out of when we came into the first of the year, new year out of 2020. You know what I'm saying? It's got to continue that bullish momentum. If not, it looks bearish. So anyways, thank you. Remain patient. The games will come. Peace.